In this video, I tried making a game using only a YouTube tutorial and my basic understanding of programming. This should be pretty easy, right? Okay, so first things first, choosing a game engine. Well, given that Unity is the most popular and versatile, and all the tutorials that Unity has and documentation, I decided to use the Unity engine. Now, what is a game engine, you may be asking? Well, simply put, it's a software framework designed to help developers create video games more efficiently. Or in layman's terms, it's the main tool that you'll be using to help yourself make a video game. Now, for the YouTube tutorial, I'll be using the Unity tutorial for complete beginners by GameMaker's Toolkit, which you can find the link down in the description below. I chose GMTK's video because his channel is known for in-depth video game analysis. It's run by this chap, Mark Brown, a British journalist who explores different aspects of game design and how they're implemented in real games. That's why I decided to follow his tutorials as an attempt to make my first game. That, and also his video was one of the few that I found that walk you through every single step that you need to create a fully playable game. Now it's time to get to work. After installing the Unity engine, I followed the tutorial by adding the player character to the scene and writing a script for it. Once I finished the scripting for the Flappy Bird and attached the components to the player without any much issues popping up, I started to get a little overconfident. So I decided to jump ahead and add the moving pipes to the game. And of course, that's when problems started to arise. Luckily, it wasn't any extremely difficult issue to fix, but it's one of those sneaky mistakes that are easy to overlook if you don't know what you're looking for. The issue I ran into during this process was that the pipes weren't spawning as I worked further along. After spending several minutes debugging and trying to figure out why they weren't appearing, I randomly decided to let them just spawn continuously, only to realize that they were spawning, but also getting deleted instantly. Ain't that great? That's when I discovered the culprit, a simple coding mistake in another script. Turns out I'd used the wrong symbol in the condition. You see, here, right here. If this greater than symbol had been a less than symbol, I could have saved myself hours of frustration. But here we are. And if you thought I learned my lesson, just wait until you see the next mistake I made. But after that, though, most of it went pretty smoothly. I was able to add another scoring scene and a quick game over screen without too much of a hassle and finished up rather quickly. So I called it a night and thought I was done with it for good. As day 2 rolled around, I thought I was done with the game for good. So I decided to build the game and have it ready to be uploaded for people that are interested in seeing what I did to test it out. But I was smart enough to at least test the build, and what I thought was a perfectly working and great game, in fact, did not work. But what I thought was a perfectly good and working running game, turns out was not in fact ready. The first issue I came across was that the play button didn't work. Thankfully, fixing the play button was a rather simple endeavor. After doing a quick check or two, I realized it was because the text was in front of the button and not a child to the button. Therefore, all I had to do was quickly put it as a child and the button was working again. The second problem with the game was that the game over screen wouldn't pop up when the player died. Turns out I accidentally added a very small typo in a function that would allow the game over screen to pop up, which after looking over the function again, realized I accidentally added a 2. Oh boy. I'm definitely cut out for this game development, aren't I? After fixing both issues and checking to make sure that the game finally runs as intended, I then built the game and had it uploaded to itch, which you can also find the link to down in the description below. And there you have it, my first game tutorial. It's definitely clunky, there's a total lack of sound, and it's super easy to break. However, as I progress in my game dev journey, I hope to revisit this project and improve it in the future. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you're interested in my second game devlog as I continue my journey. Um, Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.